Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today's AI News Update focuses on a major development unfolding right now in the United Kingdom. This is something that could have a massive impact on the future of AI image generation and, well, our broader online safety. If you've been following the explosion of generative AI, you know things are moving at absolute lightning speed. And Britain, well, they're now drafting a blueprint to try and rein that all in. We've got a lot to unpack here, and by the end of this explainer, you're going to have a crystal clear understanding of exactly what these new regulations mean for the entire tech world. Okay, let's dive right into this. With Section 1, the AI image dilemma, balancing innovation and safety. Governments find themselves on a serious tightrope right now. On one hand, experts across the board agree that AI image generation offers wildly exciting opportunities. We're talking about revolutionary leaps in creativity, transforming the entire design industry practically overnight, and providing these dynamic new tools for education that were literally unimaginable just a couple of years ago. But weighing heavily against those benefits are severe real-world concerns. We're looking at unprecedented threats to individual privacy, the hyper-realistic spread of misinformation that can actually sway public opinion, and major vulnerabilities regarding our overall digital safety. So yeah, it's a very stark contrast. Now, you might be wondering, why is this contrast suddenly turning into a crisis? Well, it's because AI tools are becoming exponentially more powerful and widely available. We aren't just talking about clunky software restricted to high-tech research labs anymore. No, we are talking about incredibly sophisticated image generators resting right in the palms of millions of people on their smartphones. The stakes of this balancing act are rising by the day, mostly because the barrier to entry has essentially dropped to zero, and the visual quality, it's getting nearly indistinguishable from reality. Which brings us perfectly to Section 2, Scrutiny on Harmful Content, Identifying the Core Risks.
Now, what's really interesting about this is that UK authorities aren't just casting a wide, vague net over all artificial intelligence. Actually, they are getting incredibly specific. They've narrowed their scrutiny down to 3 core targets. First up is misleading content. Think deepfakes and hyper-realistic images designed specifically to trick the public. Second is harmful content that causes direct psychological or societal damage. And third, non-consensual content. This is a severe violation, and regulators are taking a definitive, zero-tolerance stance against AI being used to generate inappropriate or exploitative images of real individuals without their permission.
Because of all this, regulators and government officials have emphasized the urgent need for stronger safeguards. They completely recognize that the current rules of the road, well, they simply weren't built for a world where a user can generate a photorealistic, potentially damaging image in 5 seconds with a simple text prompt. The existing framework is just outdated. So there is now unanimous push from the very top levels of government to build a modernized system of safeguards that actually matches the sheer power of the technology. This leads us to Section 3, Holding Platforms Accountable, Shifting the Burden. So, the crucial point is, how do you actually enforce these safeguards? You can't possibly police every single user generating an image in their living room, right? Instead, according to recent reports, sweeping new measures are being introduced to legally hold tech platforms responsible for the harmful AI-generated content that lives on or is created by their services. This is a massive shift. It means platforms can no longer just throw their hands up and say they're merely neutral providers of a tool. If their tool is being used to generate misleading, harmful, or non-consensual images, the platform itself is going to have to answer for it. And who are these accountability measures ultimately serving? Well, a major driving focus of this entire initiative is improving online protections specifically for children and vulnerable users. These are the exact demographics most susceptible to the negative impacts of deepfakes, online bullying amplified by AI, and digital abuse. By basically forcing the platforms to act as a rigorous first line of defense, the UK hopes to create a vastly safer digital environment for the users who need protecting the most. Let's move to Section 4, the global AI ripple effect. What happens next? What happens in the UK definitely does not stay in the UK. Tech regulation is highly contagious. Right now, Britain is aggressively updating its regulations and putting these new accountability measures into motion. But moving forward into the coming months, experts fully expect a whole wave of more policy announcements to drop globally. As the tech sector digests the UK's moves, other nations are going to start revealing their hands. Looking to the future, governments around the entire world will be forced to adapt their legal frameworks to manage this rapid, explosive growth of artificial intelligence. It's an actively developing area, for sure. Beneath all the legal jargon, the shifting timelines, and the global politics, the core mission is incredibly simple: ensuring AI technologies are used responsibly. Whether it's the UK government, the tech platforms themselves, or international regulatory bodies,
That's the ultimate shared goal here. We want to preserve the amazing creativity and educational potential of AI, while decisively cutting off the avenues for harm, misinformation, and abuse.
Now I want to turn the focus over to you, because this technology impacts absolutely all of us. What do you think about these new AI regulations? Do you believe holding the tech platforms accountable is the right way to protect users, or do you worry that heavy-handed regulation might stifle the incredible innovation we're seeing in the AI space? It's a really complex debate, and I would love to read your perspective. Please jump into the comments below and let us know your thoughts on Britain's regulatory blueprint.
If you enjoyed this update, please don't forget to like this explainer, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications for more AI and technology news. We are committed to taking these massive, complex topics and making them perfectly clear for you right here. Thank you so much for watching, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next update.